Nah, this is crazy. We gotta see what's going on here. This is why you gotta be careful. That passport bro life sounds cool, right? Sounds cool until you find yourself in some barrio, hemmed up in a reverse full Nelson, all over some easy cat and drug-fueled raid. Like, brother, we're not speaking about this man because we haven't seen the video yet, but just the caption alone says, wifey finds out mans was into some wild thing, that he was allegedly killed from a robbery with a female that was, I'm assuming, getting drugs or something. Let's see more of the video and we'll find out. Be careful. Being in the hood in the United States, you gotta be careful. I could just imagine somewhere else where you're not even the police knows where you at. They don't even know you a person out there. That's dangerous. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below. Please share your thoughts. We're on that road to 10,000 subscribers. We will be doing a giveaway at 10,000 subs. Let's see what happened here. Also, to put some more info into it, it looks like it happened in Brazil.
Is a notorious type of scam in Brazil that's called Goodnight Cinderella, which means Goodnight Cinderella, where somebody slips something in somebody's drink. And in this case, one of the guys lost his life over this. And then another one of the guys seemed like he was drugged as well. He was a little bit confused, but, you know, he survived. You know, I don't know much about where that guy is. It would be great to...
Did he die due to being killed? Or am I hearing like he died from the drug that was put in his drink? Hopefully, I'm assuming they try to probably roofie him to rob him or something, and maybe he had a bad reaction to the drug and passed away.
What else he might know, but you know, I would say he probably is not talking to the media now, as this tragedy is still being investigated. The other thing to point out is that there were at least 2 women involved in this situation. There were 2 women on camera. One of them I'm talking about today. The other one seems to still be at large. Nobody knows her name, what she looks like, her whereabouts. So hopefully that story comes up, you know, and I will definitely cover that when I find out more information. So with that, let's get into the story and the details. Letícia Clara Bento da Silva, 23, shown in this picture.
All right, guys, just to make it a little bit easier for us to follow and we can go at our own pace, I found the article myself. Brazilian woman arrested for drugging and robbing death of Minneapolis entrepreneur in Goodnight Cinderella scheme. Letícia Clara Bento da Silva, 23, was arrested over death of Dwayne Antonio Morris, 43, in a Copacabana apartment. And this is the image of him right here. Dwayne Anthony Morris, 43, died after Brazilian woman drugged him to death in Goodnight Cinderella scheme. All right, let's break this down a little bit more and actually see what the Cinderella scheme is. So it looks like, well, actually, the last video broke it down. It sounds more like it was that so it sounds like when they put a drug in your drink assuming to rob you. The woman that was at large, but the woman that they were looking for, looks like she was actually arrested Monday, and she's only 23 years old. This happened 4 days ago, updated on her arrest.
A Brazilian woman has been arrested in connection with the murder of an American businessman who went on holiday to Rio de Janeiro earlier this month. Letícia Clara Bento da Silva, 23, was arrested on Monday. Police suspect she robbed and murdered Dwayne Antonio Morris, 43, in a Copacabana apartment, according to Metropolis, a Brazilian online newspaper. Officials discovered the man's body on August 8 after he arrived in the country the previous day. It's thought that Da Silva, along with another unidentified woman, drugged Morris and his friend with GHB, a depressant, before robbing them. The drug caused Morris to convulse and foam at the mouth, the outlet reported. The drug can lead to loss of consciousness and respiratory depression if it's taken in large doses, potentially resulting in death. Such crimes are called Goodnight Cinderella scams in Brazil.
Okay, so we do see that the reason they did that was to rob him, which makes the most sense in a situation like that. When you go to a lot of those countries, they're looking around at all the things you might have in the house, wallets, jewelry, whatever you might have came with. Sometimes those women talk to these men overseas and try to, you know, bring this, bring that. What are you coming with? They're trying to show off, bet. Now they're trying to lick you. Dangerous game, dangerous game. So it's already a scam that's going on so much in Brazil. They already got a name for it. Goodnight Cinderella. Homie landed the day before. Like, that's crazy, crazy, crazy. That's terrifying. Ever take a drink from anyone. In the United States, I'm not taking a drink out of anyone's hand. I'm holding the bottle. I'm like, nah, bro, it's not happening. Shorty's not, no. Thank God I really never moved like this, because when I start seeing stuff like this, it gives me anxiety. This is terrifying.
Officials said that Morris and his friend, who survived the attack, met Da Silva while out at a bar in the city's Lapa neighborhood. Morris and the 2 women then went to an apartment Morris had rented during his stay. The friend began to feel unwell and went to another location when he encountered police. He told them he felt dizzy and unwell, the outlet reported. Meanwhile, Morris and the women arrived at the apartment past midnight. 2 hours later, they were spotted on surveillance footage leaving the apartment in a black vehicle. Da Silva's criminal record stated that she had been accused of similar crimes in the past. She was sentenced to temporary detention on Monday and taken into the country's prison system. Police are asking for the public's help to identify the other person involved. We offer our sincerest condolences to the family for their loss and stand ready to provide consular assistance, the U.S. consulate in Rio de Janeiro said. According to the New York Post, we are closely monitoring local authorities' investigations regarding the cause of death. Out of respect for the family during this difficult time, we have no further comment. Morris's LinkedIn states he was the president of Blue Waters Consulting based in Minnesota. Tamitha Richmond, Morris' significant other, started a GoFundMe to help with the costs of repatriation, funeral expenses and support for her family as they grieve the man's loss. She said the family intends to bury him in Jamaica in his family's land. So far, it has raised $30,000 out of a $50,000 goal. DeWing was a kind, adventurous spirit who brought joy to everyone around him, Richmond wrote. He touched the lives of so many.
I don't know him, rest in peace, but I know one thing that is true. He definitely was adventurous. Oh my God, this is just terrifying. He just went out there with his mans, like, I'm assuming just to have a good time where everything took a left. If his boy probably would have never left because he didn't feel well, you get me, walking around and then end up bumping into police, he probably would have been dead as well. So this is crazy to see. And then to see that she was charged with things like this again previously in the past is also very scary. Like, that's terrifying. Because this to the fact of why was she free? Like, if you already know she's known for doing this to tourists and things and she's around that area, it's like, that's crazy. I'm assuming just probably no one died before. It's why they really couldn't hold her in a full Nelson. Yo, let's see if we can find the surveillance footage or any actual reports on YouTube. Okay, shout out to New York Post. It looks like we might have found the actual clip. Woman suspected of killing U.S. businessman seen outside the Coburn apartments. So those are, I'm assuming, the two friends and the two girls and a driver, Uber driver or something. And the girls are probably just known for doing this. You get me, catching licks on tourists and things. This will be the last footage that his family sees. It's crazy. They run out. There's already a car there waiting for them on pickup. So someone had to be in connection with them. These are probably working women around that town. They already have either a team they work with, somebody, because that whip was right outside. Unless that's another Uber. Uber's probably, I don't know if there's Uber in Brazil. Y'all put me on. I'm just trying to see what the hell. Like, where did his boy leave? Why we're not seeing his boy in the surveillance when he leaves not feeling well? And you guys got to remember, drugs affect everyone in a different way. So you might be thinking like, oh, why did his boy not die? Why did his boy have the same effects that he did? Drugs affect everyone in a different way. So could have had a higher tolerance. You never know. Or just happened to not take as much in his drink as theirs. They're not measuring these things. They're just throwing it in quickly. So you don't know. He just might have got the bad batch. There's so many factors that could have went into effect. Let's just see what the New York Post wrote before we get out of here. Just see if they give us any more information. But all I keep thinking about is his wife. Like, that must be a crazy ass call, bro. Your man's got caught in a scheme. Oh, what scheme was he doing? Well, a robbery? Nah, he was out there trying to get vagina and they drugged him and overdosed him. Like, that's crazy.
A Minnesota businessman died in an alleged drug-fueled robbery in Brazil earlier this month, and police have arrested a young woman for the so-called Goodnight Cinderella plot. Cops said DeWayne Antonio Morris, of Minneapolis, was found dead in his rented apartment in Copacabana, Rio de Janeiro, on August 8th. The local outlet G1 reported. Morris, 43, arrived in the country just one day before he died, police said.
Like, we don't get told what was stolen, what might have been lost as property. Was there money missing? What was taken? Shorty went fly for her mugshot. Enlarged those JKLO's conscious, and Morris and friends are believed to have met Silva and the second woman out at the Lapa neighborhood. The foursome supposedly had drinks at a bar before returning to Morris' apartment. Morris' friend felt dizzy and unwell, so he went to a different location according to reports. Morris and the two women arrived at the apartment after midnight. Wow. If he would have stayed with him, his mans probably would have been dead as well. That's crazy to say. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below. Guys, if you're doing some freaky deaky things out there, you really got to be safe. You got to make sure you're protected. Not only, I'm not talking about your rubbers, I'm talking about like not being robbed, the address not getting dropped. Like, there's a lot of things that could go wrong. Those people know those neighborhoods better than you. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below. Please share your thoughts. Once again, rest in peace to this man that lost his life. And also, I feel so bad for not only the family, but also the wife. For the last footage for her to see is her man walking in with his mans and all these girls in that hotel room. I feel like they're never gonna look at his mans the same. His mans might not even be to blame. That's a full grown man. He might have been on some, yo, I'm trying to shoot and do my thing. You never know. You never know. We can't blame his man for what happened that night. Subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Please share your thoughts. We will be doing a giveaway at 10,000 subscribers.